Dab and Time. We're your host, Kat.
And Maddie.
Discuss a wide variety of topics, and luckily, I don't have COVID, and despite what you might hear, neither does Maddie.
I don't. I am not even sick.
Just
unlucky.
allergies.
Just an unlucky combination of sleeping with a window open and allergies, and that leads to postnasal drip.
Yeah, which is never fun. Do not recommend having that as a thing that you deal with. But we're not going to let a little sniffle stop us from rambling on for approximately an hour, probably less, to talk about music. I mean, like, come on. We haven't done a music topic in a while. Because they're a pain in the ass.
Annoying to edit, and we also tend to start talking about so much more, and that means then we start leading to other songs, and then I feel in post that's well, then now I have to lead these songs because otherwise the people won't know what we're talking about, and then it just leads to more work, and it's madness. It's just utter madness.
So we've limited ourselves. Normally we talk about 3 to 4 songs.
There was one time we did 6.
Oh my god, we're mad.
I think we split it into 2 episodes.
Yeah, no, we're absolutely crazy when it comes to that. So we've limited the songs we can talk about. But the theme of this episode is songs that make the time just go by. This can mean songs we listen to on repeat constantly, or songs that are just chill, or songs that we just like having on in the background, just the time goes by. Which one of us wants to start? I can, you can. How's your voice doing?
My voice is doing absolutely fine.
Excellent.
I feel like you always start is the thing.
I mean, I don't mind that. I can continue to start. That is fine.
Okay, why don't you go for it?
Okay. So, I've talked about the song before, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if I've done it on here because I think we might have been on break when the game came out. But I have definitely mentioned to you in our DMs about how Field of Hopes and Dreams from Deltarune Chapter 1 is a song I can listen to on repeat for hours. I know this because I've done it.
I forgot about that song. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
It's a very excellent choice.
What you guys are hearing may or may not be the actual song. It might be a remix. No matter what, we'll post links in the description because we're trying to keep this copyright friendly / easy for Maddie to deal with. But yeah, I when I first played Deltarune Chapter 1, that faithful, I believe it was in October, when they had just come out, nobody knew anything about this game because he was just here's a free game, enjoy. I got to that part of the game and it's the first area that you properly get into after meeting characters and shit, and I'm I don't want to leave this area. I just want to listen to this song for the rest of time. This song is amazing and has everything I like about music in general in it. It's so good and it's happy, and I have literally had it on in the background while I'm writing stuff. And it was funny, one time I was actually writing something and I finished what I was writing and the music stopped. I'm why did the music stop? I had crashed iTunes.
Oh no.
I had crashed iTunes listening to this one song over and over again. I'm sure that's not why it crashed, but I blame it.
Did I? I'm surprised if that's not one of the songs you asked me to extend, but I don't think you did.
I think what I said was I would love an extended version of this, but it perfectly repeats, so there's no point.
Oh yeah, that's right. It does very much.
Yeah.
Oh, I made an Asgore extended.
Yes, that's right, and you added Bergentrucken at the beginning. So
I did.
Very happy about that because that's the one thing I always get sad when Bergentrucken plays. I'm and now it's gonna go into Asgore, and then it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's on shuffle.
Yeah, or it's a lot of the remixes will add Bergentrucken at the beginning, and it makes sense. The two should be one song. I understand separating them out, but the two should be one song.
I have a lot of extensions.
I think there was one I asked you to do and then you got busy, and it's actually from, I want to say CS4, I was thinking about adding it to this list, but I won't talk about it because I don't want you to have to edit that in post. But yeah,
I mean, listen, I got Overdosing Heavenly Bliss. I got Witch Relaria.
Yeah.
Stone of Recluse.
Yep. Yes. These are all requests from me because I have a very specific taste in music.
Peaceborn from Darkness. Land of Fading Light. I don't know why you wanted that extended, but it's a sad song and Kathleen likes sadness, so.
I mean, haven't I asked you to do Aster House too? Like,
I think you did.
I think that's one of the saddest songs in the series, and I love it. It's great. But we established before we were recording that we have extremely different tastes in music.
Yeah, Cradle
so
Where Feelings Rest.
Yes,
oh
good shit.
Just asking for pain.
Yep. Oh, I adore it. Which is funny because Field of Hopes and Dreams is like the antithesis of pain. It's happy. It's the start of a new adventure.
It's so much fun.
It's just a great time, and yeah, I remember when I got to the end of the area the first time I played, I'm like, no, I don't wanna. I wanna stay here. The music's so good. And like, I think it's been a while since Chapter 2 came out, and I think I do like Chapter 2 overall more, but I still think the music in Chapter 1 is better only because Field of Hopes and Dreams is in it.
Dang.
One song carries the entire OST for me.
That's not the Jevil theme?
I mean, Jevil's theme is pretty damn good, and so is Spamton's theme, which is the second game's boss. No, there's actually a lot of really good songs in Chapter 2, but none of them are as good as Field of Hopes and Dreams. I don't make the rules. My brain is like, no, I like this one song in particular. It is a pretty song, and it's, yeah, I can literally have it on in the background for hours, which is impressive because it's only like, just under 3 minutes long.
It is,
so...
luckily, it's not one of those 1 minute-ers.
No!
But yeah, it's a shortish song. It's like 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, the one I have is 2:41, and then a lot of the remixes I have are like in the 5-minute mark, and I think that's a good length for a song. But yeah, yeah, good times. I enjoy the song. Is good. It makes time go by so fast. Like I look at it and it's like, oh wow, it's been replaying 60 times in a row. Oopsie. Did I do that?
I leave the repeat up button on.
Whoopsie. This song is a lot longer than I remember. Excuse me. How about you? What's your first song that you just makes the time go zoom?
Yeah. So, Field of Hopes and Dreams is a good one. I tend to when I do the paints. If there's like not a baseball game on, or like there's not a critical role I want to catch up on, I'll put on like an ambient scape music kind of basically, and it's like usually it's I've done like Witcher calm ones. I've done Skyrim, of course, but
of course,
you know, it's a classic. But my favorite, of course, due mostly to nostalgia and just general feeling, is a Azerothian one, specifically one that is basically only the classic soundtrack. It has very specifically 3 zones I really love, which just remind me of childhood, and it's Elwyn Forest into Dunmoreau, which is the dwarf starting zone. Snowy, and then it goes into Westfall, which actually I think is titled the Barrens because it also plays in the Horde side.
Gotcha.
And Barrens is, yeah, but it also plays on Westfall. And just those 3 songs endlessly in a loop with like a campfire sound and like crickets chirping because it's night in like the ambient scape. I have put that on. I
just got to the part in the song where I'm hearing the crickets. I'm like, yeah, this is nice.
Yeah. It's just I pop it on and it stops and I look up and I'm like, how long is this thing again? It's 2 hours. So it really makes the time just go by in calmness and peacefulness and focus. And it's very nice to me specifically because I am a WoW nerd, and it really tickles my WoW nostalgia bone, as well as hitting all those, like, because I would, before I found that specific one, I would play those songs normally in like a peaceful playlist along with a bunch of other crap, but like I would also include those songs. So to have just like a nice balance of like those songs plus some extra sounds, because I do like the ambient sounds. It's nice. It's nice, and it does make time go by.
Yeah, no, I like if I were listening to this and I knew nothing about Colin's being very noisy in the background, sorry. If I knew nothing, I would never assume that it was a MMO game soundtrack. And it's really nice and peaceful. I would assume it's like either a fantasy story or even an anime. Like just chill time song. And yeah, I can see why this would make the time go by fast, because that's the thing, like out of all the songs I picked, Field of and Hopes and Dreams, it's pretty upbeat, but all the other ones I picked are actually pretty chill. And yeah, I say all the other ones, we're not talking about them all here. I haven't decided what my other ones are, so planning, what is that?
Yeah, because it usually is the chill ones that are just like, okay, relax, you're relaxed, oh, suddenly an hour went by. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and it's like, oh man, where did the time go? I was just listening to this song and now it's gone. What the hell?
Yeah.
No, did you feel like that when you were playing the game and these songs were playing, or did you not notice it as much? Like, is it one of those things where out of context it's a little more chill, or?
Like these specific like zones are specifically very low level, so it's naturally, and it's also like predominantly it's like retail is so high fantasy right now. It's just like whatever. This brings it back to a time where all you were was an adventurer trying to help someone with his boar problem. So like it just rings that bell of just like things were simpler. All you were doing was running through a forest or a plains or a snowy mountain, and you had not a care in the world but play your MMO, and like metas didn't exist, and people were very nice. It's like it rings that, plus like when I played the game, I heard the songs. Like I would walk into the zone and be like, oh, it's it's Elwyn. Oh, I'm in Elwyn Forest. I'm in Westfall. Oh, I'm flying to Ironforge, which is the Dwarven city, and you're passing through Dunmurrow. So it's like, oh, Dunmurrow, we made it. And it just, it's so, very bad at describing feelings, but it's that peacefulness with nostalgia, with like a wistfulness of this is how things used to be, and with like the niceness of like this, this music is never going away. Like I have the sound, like I have the physical CD. So it's like, at least I'll like always have this memory. And then to be able to carry that through, like, I guess your life, sure. At this point I'm just using it for, to focus and be calm and just relax while like just doing like D&D hobbies, right?
Exactly.
It's just it is nice. It is peaceful. It is nostalgic. And probably the nostalgic kit is like the biggest part of it. But yeah, like I'm a music person. I will recognize things based on their soundtrack. So having these very recognizable themes, in 2004, I feel like was pretty maybe impressive, yeah. That's my first one.
Well, it's a good one. Like I've been she hasn't told me all of her choices, but she did send me one before we started so that I could kind of get a feel for it, and I had it on while you were talking. And yeah, I can 100% understand. Like it feels nostalgic. Like the way it is produced feels nostalgic. So I can totally see where you're coming from with that. I guess I'll just jump into my next one, eh?
Go.
Okay, so you might be surprised, but I like Falcom games.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, nobody knows this about me. It's something I hide deep down. It's a dark secret on this podcast called Aventime. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
so I've been very clear that Trails in the Sky the Third is my favorite game, both gameplay and soundtrack wise. But I would argue that Cold Steel 4 has a very similar vibe to it, and I think when it comes to those songs where I can just like listen and let the time pass, it has a couple of more of those. I've only picked one that's more ambient and chill. It's called Twilight Green Road, and it is the first real field song you hear in the game. Like, things happen, you go out into the real field, because there's a fake field before. It's hard to explain.
How freaking dare they?
There's a hub area before, and then you go into a field, and the song plays, and I just kind of put the controller down for a minute and went, okay, so this is my favorite song in the game. I'd been playing for like less than 5 hours at that point, like, and I'm just like, nope, this is it. This is the favorite song. I mean, yeah, the rest of the OST is amazing, but this one right here, this is the good shit. It's just you come out on this essentially open bare road, and it perfectly encapsulates that. It's just like, yeah, this is the song that would play in my head when I suddenly appear on an empty road. And I was wishing the circumstances were different, but they weren't. And here we are, and let's go do some fun things in places where I never thought the game was gonna go. So yeah, no, good times all around. Probably one of my favorite chill songs from the game. I obviously love the intro song and whatever too, but speaking about songs that I can just have on in the background while I'm working and not really like thinking about it, yeah, Twilight Green Road, easily one of my top choices for doing that on a Falcom OST.
Nice.
Just saying a lot, because Falcom has some good OSTs.
They do. I'd like to bring up how you described you put down the controller and just like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I'm pretty sure we mentioned the song in like a different music themed podcast, but that is kind of exactly how I felt with Another Sky from Cold Steel 1, where you like go into the open road and it's bright and sunny and everything's so innocent at this point, and it's just like this, you know, this theme just starts blaring out, and it's like, it's calm but like upbeat, and it's like,
yeah,
oh, I'm just gonna sit here and just like look up and stare at the sky.
It's
which is funny because it's called Another Sky.
I know, right? Yeah. But that's the thing, it's so hopeful too. Like there's no hesitation in Another Sky. It's just like, yeah, I'm on a new adventure. We are starting some new shit under Another Sky. It's so good.
Oh,
I would say God. CS1 has a lot of really good chill songs. It also has a Nord song, and very sad that they changed it for CS2, but I get it.
I know. I don't know why. Nord's song was so good.
It really was. But yeah, no. Damn it, Maddie, we weren't gonna tangent.
Sorry, I just had to. The way you described that, I was like, that's exactly how I felt.
Yeah, with so Another Sky, I can totally see that too, because it's just like sometimes the song hits differently. You just need to be like, okay, I as a human being on planet Earth I need to take in this for a second, and then we can continue with the fantasy game.
Yeah,
where everything is happy and no one does anything wrong ever.
No.
No. Everyone's friends.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Especially in the Kiseki series. Everyone's a friend.
Everyone's just happy and
yep. No sadness here.
Zero sadness.
I was also gonna say something else, but I'm like, that's a spoiler. But that being a spoiler is also a spoiler. God damn it.
You can't double spoil me.
Can't double spoil Maddie. She will maybe eventually play it. I don't know.
I will eventually at some point.
I'm not worried about it. You'll play it or you won't. It's all good.
Still got a New Horizon Zero Dawn.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
Horizon Forbidden West.
I feel you, because I just started playing Neo Twowie, and yeah, I've owned the game since August. I'm just now putting it in May, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you buy games and you don't play them. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't have come out the same fucking day as Great Ace Attorney. That's all I got to say there.
Yeah, and uh, Forbidden West shouldn't have come out the same day the WoW patch dropped. So
Oh my
there.
god, yeah, that's a terrible idea, Forbidden West. You should have
Yeah,
thought more
you
about
should
this.
have really thought more about this. Mm-hmm.
All right, but yes, Twilight Green Road, very good. I like.
Yes, it was a very nice song.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I barely know the context, but it was a nice song nonetheless.
Literally, I described the context. You go from one area that's kind of like mystical and shit into this green, pretty barren road, near some areas that are blocked off, and it's like, okay, yeah, I can get behind this.
Perfect.
And then you go into the blocked off areas, and I'm like just sobbing because it's me. And yeah, it's good times.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then you go back to town and you hear a certain song by a certain violinist, and then I cry more.
Oh, Elliot.
He plays the Sky from the Third song from the Third, not Sky from the Third, but you get what I mean. I was just like, I literally, tears just rolled down my face. It was amazing. Anyways, your turn.
It is my turn. I know how you're talking about how like normally chill songs are picked for time going by.
Mm-hmm.
I have the opposite of that. You will be surprised, but I will go ahead and just send this over. It's very specific.
Oh, I'm already very surprised by the thumbnail.
My next song, it's gonna be loud, so you're gonna might want to put it down when you
luckily,
click on
YouTube
this.
is set up to be like super quiet, just in case.
Yeah. So this song, very specifically, is a monster that really grew on me. It is a variant. It's called Raging Brachydios or Brachydios or whatever we call him.
Yeah, something like Bracky.
He's a good old Bracky, and so it is a very he has a normal variant. It's just called a Bracky. This is like the harder variant. It has raging in front of it. It's scary. It's fine until the final phase, in which it runs into a room and you're like, I got it now. And then you look at it, it looks at you, and then it pounds its fists into the ground and blocks off all your exits, and you cannot run away. And then it proceeds to pound your face in.
Not even with the little dragon thingy that the when you fly away? Not even that?
So Farcasters do work. And is the only way to get out. But you cannot... A lot of hunters... You'd be surprised at the amount of hunters who do not prepare Farcasters. But yes, if you don't have a Farcaster and you start running out of ammo or you're scared and you want to run away, you can't. It is impossible. And his theme changes from the Bracky theme to an epic Bracky theme. And it's awesome. I love it so much. But specifically... Monster Hunter World has this thing where if you mount the monster, which is a mechanic, it changes the song into its song, but it's called the mount theme. Like they made a specific theme parallel to the actual theme that's plays only when you're mounted, and typically it has more drums. Typically it has maybe some more like vocal, some more choir. It's very more heavy beat. Because you're like on the monster and they're trying to they're just trying to shake you off and you're on it, and I guess the music team's good at what they do. So a song that makes the time go by for me is very specifically the Raging Bracky final phase of the fight boss theme combined with its mount theme. Because
I love the title for the YouTube video. It's great.
Yeah. It's great because it has the theme, which I love, but it also I'm very heavy into I do like my battle themes to have like a nice thick like rhythm of like pounding, keep going, especially in a Monster Hunter game. So those two things combined, specifically the mount theme also has heavier vocals, which makes any theme like more epic when you have like the choir in the background. That's great. This sounds like a battle theme. Why are you talking about a battle theme, Maddie? Well, I have quite literally put on an extended version of this, driven to work for 45 minutes, parked, and the song is still going. Because for some reason, this song specifically has just like a perfect it has like a perfect breakdown of like intro. It changes midway. It changes for the final bit. And then we're at the intro again. And the loop it's like
different enough.
yeah, it's like self-feeding, where it's like by the time you hit the end, you're like, and then it loops into the beginning, you're like, oh yeah, we're at the beginning, let's go again, and then it phases again, and you keep following it, and then it gets to the end, and you're like, oh, the end, oh, it's so good. Okay, and then it loops to the intro, and you're like, oh yeah, I could listen to this again, and it just keeps going.
That's amazing.
I also like battle themes as just a person.
Yeah.
And so, like, this is one battle theme where it's just like, oh, extended version? Yes. I'll just put that on, and then I'll just start fantasizing about, like, D&D, or, like, specifically when I'm driving. This is usually, like, a driving theme where it's like, I'm doing something, but, like, I have to, one, stay awake, and two, you know, I'm getting pumped up, or I have to go to work, or what have you. And it's like, all right, this will pump me up, keep me entertained, and make my imagination go, because that's what you do when you drive, is you think about random D&D shit.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
But no, that makes perfect sense, because, like, if I were wanting to get pumped up 100%, I'd listen to a battle theme, and it would also, make the time go new.
Yeah.
And but yeah, is it bad that I thought it was like when you're mentioning, oh yeah, it gets the drums all kicked in, and my mind went, oh, so it's like Super Mario World when you jump on Yoshi and you get the
little drums. Yeah,
Sorry.
I just really, I don't know. I just really appreciate when, like, when developers or music teams quite honestly put so much time and effort into, like, very specific things. Like, you could go to each like monster that has a specific theme in world, and you can look up its mount theme, and it's different. And the fact that they had to, you know, in parallel, they designed, you know, a lot of these had themes already, right? Because they brought them back. But then, of course, they're new monsters, and they had their own themes. So they had to design a theme, and then they had to be like, okay, player's gonna mount this character, or, you know, this monster. Now we needed to think. Now we need to think of a parallel theme that can mix flawlessly and phase in and out. You know, with, like, the player will not. Because I didn't notice that the theme changed whenever you mounted, until I started, you know, the monster hunt. Yeah, you started browsing YouTube, because I missed the game and there's no reason to play it anymore because I have all the good gear, and I just want the second game to come out. Okay, but yeah, it's like when the that's not conductor, but, like, you know, when the music team's work is, like, it's hidden, like, you don't even notice it. That's like, that is, like, pinnacle of just, like, oh, and then you can go back, like, out of game and just put it on and be like, yeah, this is good, this is great. It's just like, it's so so
no,
nice.
I love when games do it. Unless that game is Zelda, then I don't like it, because it doesn't make the song better, it makes the song spookier. We've talked about this before, but yes, no, isn't there also, doesn't the theme, like, chill out when they're sleeping? Like, isn't there
there's, like, a version, there's also a version usually, like, when they're running away from you.
Right.
It'll go to, like, a subdued version, and then it'll, of course, fade in and out depending on how close you are to the monster. That's just game design, right? But, you know.
For sure. But it's still cool that it can be put in seamlessly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, to be fair, if anyone is listening to this and had watched my Monster Hunter streams, yes, I did, for a fair amount, because I played for almost 1,000 hours, I did have this, you know, the music muted, and I was playing my own stuff, right? Usually when I was grinding. But towards the end, when I was, oh man, this nasal stuff is, I'm sounding nasally, aren't I?
A little bit.
Yeah. Towards the end, when new things were coming out again, and, you know, Iceborne came out, like, you know, towards the end of World, you know, I started putting on my own soundtrack, because all I was doing was grinding and just playing for fun. And then Iceborne came out, and I would immediately, anything, like, new, I would immediately turn the songs back, you know, music back on, because I want to know, I want to play the game. This kind of goes back into DLC, I guess, is I like to play the game how, like, the developers intended for it to be played, which kind of sounds elitist.
But I get it, like, I tend to play games in Japanese until I decide whether I want to go to English or not. Not because I have anything against English dubs. Dubs are amazing. I just want to hear what the original developers intended to be said. Like,
yeah. Well, that's, yeah. I don't do that for games. I really should, but I do that for anime for sure. Where it's just like,
Yeah.
there's a dub out. I'm gonna watch it in Japanese because it's just not the same.
Yeah, I usually will watch it in Japanese first, then watch it in dub, and then I'll pick one that I like more. And sometimes it's English, but a lot of times it's Japanese. Not
Yeah.
that there's anything wrong with dubs, and we're not talking about dubs versus subs here, but still,
We're
the
not.
point is like, I think it's very important to hear how things, both musically or costume wise or design wise, seeing how it was originally intended is important.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, like, you'd have me playing Twilight Green Road while that's battle's happening.
Yeah, well, like big battles are happening. Yeah. Yeah. Oh god, yeah, god, I miss freaking Sunbreak's gonna come out soon, but like but also like World was such a experience. I'm just
Right.
like, please announce your next console game, because please, it'll be so much fun.
Hopefully they will soon. Like, it didn't take long between Icebreak coming out and Rise coming out, right? So.
Yeah, but I think they might be two separate development teams.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, like for sure for first time fights and stuff, I'll have the music on, and then as I, dug a little deeper and realized, oh, I like this song, I like this song, I like this song. For example, the Rotten Vale theme is like 10 out of 10, and it only plays for like 2 monsters because every other monster that appears in Rotten Vale has its own specific theme, and own specific themes override the area theme.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but like when I realized that, like, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this, then I'd start like playing for the music, which was fun. But yeah,
it is fun when that happens.
Bracky grew on me as like a monster of its music. Its lore is actually fascinating.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that is like the one, I think the one like monster battle theme that I could like put on, and then it'd be like an hour later and it'd be like, oh yeah, it's still on, that's fine.
Well, it reminds me of like one of the choices I put it in this list, even though I'm like, I'm not going to choose it. I can't, because there's no way we can get around copyright. Because as I mentioned before the stream, Square's a bunch of poopy pants who hate copyright. But I'll mention it here and then I'll go into my final one, because we have time for another one, right? We haven't been talking long.
Well, I didn't actually. I answered yes with that. Yeah, we have plenty of time.
Okay. So I'll mention this in passing. Do not try and put it in the episode editing, Maddie. Do not. I know you think. Do not. Don't. Okay. Damn, she did it. No. So Nier Automata and Nier Replicant have amazing OSTs. I bought the OSTs before I ever played the game. Nier Replicant specifically has this one song called Kaine, and there's an escape version of it. So like the original song is very chill, and then the escape version is like full of hope as you're getting out of this desperate situation, as everything is crumbling around you, and blah 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 blah. And it's great, and I love to listen to it for hours, but that's not the song we're talking about right now. I just wanted to mention it because you mentioned that like battle themes and boss themes are not seen as this, but it's like, I totally agree with you. Kaine's escape version is amazing, and I could listen to it for hours, but not on the podcast because copyright's a poo-poo pants. So instead we're going to talk about the last choice.
Of course we are.
Of course we are.
It's bound to happen.
It had to happen. I mean, I could talk about Vanishing Trailers, Synchronicity 23, but I heard your reaction to Synchronicity 23 before we started, and I didn't want to talk about it anymore. I like my little techno-y song.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
No, okay, that's fair.
I said it was techno.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, the last choice, the version, was it you who extended it, or was it Nick who extended it? Someone extended it.
Probably me.
Yeah, probably you. I've got like a 10-minute version of it, I swear, or whatever, and it's like, yeah, that's not long enough. I hour-long version. I need it to just put it in my veins. I need it so good. And it was a fun song because there was a revelation about like, why isn't this on the Cold Steel 2 OST? It's in Cold Steel 2. It's like, yeah, because it's not in that game first. Ha 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 ha. And it's weird because normally when they do that, they do a different version. The version that's in Cold Steel 2 is the version from Trails in the Sky the Third. So I don't know what Falcom was doing. Oh, I do know what Falcom was doing there. Can't talk about it because we did a crack theory episode that I don't think ever released, and it's in there, and you'll just never know.
Did he?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Is that one of my files that got corrupted? No.
Probably. I think so.
That's
I think
sad.
it got corrupted, yeah. And it would have been fun because, like, 2 of my 4 crack theories were right, so that's fun. Not the one that you were mad about, luckily. That one was very much so wrong.
Was that the one where, like, Rain and Kevin were brothers or something?
Yep. I still like it, but the game, like, puts a pin in it and says that couldn't possibly happen because that character loved this character very much and only that character and no one else ever. And I'm like, okay, the timing still works out, but okay, I'll let it slide.
You get a pass this time, Falcom.
You get a pass this time. And okay, I'm wrong about who the Grandmaster is. I'll give you that. I didn't think I was right, but like, I don't trust them. I don't trust. They're shady. They're shady and they know too much and they lie about how much they know and I don't like it. But yeah, I had a music crack theory that was right and a timeline crack theory that was right. So that's fun. I like being right.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the last choice. It's a good song, and I think I can't say it's my favorite song from Trails in the Sky the Third. I can't. I love it, but I can't say it's my favorite. But yeah, I don't know, it's just really, that's the song I play to get myself pumped up. If I need to do something and I don't want to do it, I play the last choice and it's like, okay, I'm ready.
Don't worry about that. That would,
okay,
that
my
would,
phone's gone off twice.
that would be the song that pumps you up.
Yeah. And luckily for you, it's copyright friendly, yay, so you can let people listen to it, yay.
Do we, Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You
Should we let people listen to it though?
I mean, it's a good song, so yeah.
Uh,
It's a good song editing, Maddie. Don't you think so? You know, you're right about Brilliant Escape. It's just the bestest, jazziest song ever. And
I didn't say I loved it and
Okay,
I'd die for it. I said I
Fair
liked it.
We've learned I'm not a big fan of jazz, and Maddie is. Well, not
I
a big
like-
fan, but like you like it.
I like the sax.
That and the bank theme for Persona 5. I just can't. No! Even just that, I'm like, I hate this.
Such a fun theme.
And then that dungeon has the audacity to go into space. I did not like that dungeon at all.
That dungeon didn't go into space.
I thought it did. I thought.
No, there was a separate
second half-
palace completely that went into
Oh.
space.
Okay, well, I didn't like that dungeon either. I didn't.
Are you
mind the
talking
song,
about
though.
doing the puzzle where you just shoot yourself
Yeah.
across places? Yeah, that was
Yeah,
that
not a
was-
fan.
God, I forgot the spoiler alert for Persona 5. That was Haru's dad's palace.
Right. Okay. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah, and then the bank theme I just didn't like because it's yeah. I don't like harsh sex sounding stuff, I guess. But this is about songs we like. Do you have a third one or
Well, I was just gonna say that last choice is a pumpy uppy song. If you know the context and you got that you're like, yes, I know what this is about and I'm gonna do the thing. I understand. I just wanted to say I understand. Oh god, my voice is going.
Oh no.
I feel bad because I actually like only prepared 2. But
That's
like,
fine. We can finish here. Your voice is going. We can stop.
Well, it's like there's like so many separate, like so many games I've played that have like that one song where it's just like, oh yeah, that I could like for example, all I have to do is just go to my extended songs folder, which are usually songs that I listen to for extended periods of time. And there's Beneath the Mask, Beneath the Mask is a good one. There's We won't talk about Go Fight.
I
There's
was gonna say Go Fight as a joke, but I was like, no, don't kill me.
there's Night Survivor, which is also kind of like a theme that's more fighty, but is also a song that I can listen to for an extended period of time.
Can you believe they used that song for the night sections of that game and not Vanishing Trail? Like, those two songs should be swapped, honestly. You have these chill Don't Wake Up the Dinosaur song in the final dungeon theme and the get pumped up because things are about to get fucking real in the, like, I don't get it. Falcom, you put the wrong song in the wrong spot.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't be able to listen to it multiple times. See,
This
the
is
end
true.
dungeon is the end dungeon, and night theme is whenever you go to a zone at night.
I mean, to be fair, the final dungeon is like long. It's really fucking long.
It is. It took I went halfway through, and it was like, you need more bee repellent, and I was like, wait, I can come back, right? And you're like, no, and I was like, Kathleen, what do you mean I can't save my progress? Like, no, you got to do the whole thing over. I'm just like,
I did the exact same thing, and I thought I had warned you. It's like, go in with bee repellent. You need it. You need a lot of it. I hate that aspect of the game. Like, that, whoever decided to do that was mean and bad, and I don't like them. Otherwise, I love that game. But
here's one. Some special mentions. Senka o Keote from Cold Steel 2, I think. Okay, I posted it just in case you don't remember it. And then here's one that might be a surprising one that no one knows and you might hate because you hate this series, as we all know. Bad take. But the Spirit Tracks overworld theme.
Oh, no, I don't hate Zelda music. No. How dare you slander me like that? I adore Zelda music. I adore Zelda characters. I don't like playing Zelda games. No, and the Spirit Track overworld theme fucking slaps. When I first heard about that game, it was on April 1st. I thought it was a joke, but then I heard this theme. I'm like, well, that is not a joke. That is amazing.
That is a theme that is a section of a game where I did just sit in my train and plot a course from all across the map just so I could listen to the theme. And then every time a certain it's like da, 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 da. And when it did the second version, I'd always like honk my train horn.
Yes.
Bonk. Yeah.
I love that it gives you that option. I haven't played Spirit Tracks, but I know there's a little dangly thing that you can like honk honk.
Yeah, you honk because you have to like get animals out of the track, so you just yeah, and then you get a cannon later to of course hit the either the bad train or the I don't remember what the other enemy was out in the overworld, but you used a cannon because of course you did. But yeah, Spirit Tracks is a great game and had fantastic music. I will say that the final boss fight is just chef's kiss.
Yeah, I've seen it in a speedrun and it's pretty dang good. I will say though, also seen it in a speedrun. There's one time where the guy was being chased by the bad train and I was like, no, I don't like this. I don't like being chased.
Yeah, it's kind of terrifying because the song so also changes and it's like, can you not chase me, bad train? Please, it's so scary.
It's too spooky for me.
Ooh. I have another one that I have fallen asleep to.
Okay.
I wonder if you're just gonna recognize this from the name alone. It's Mugen Kairo.
Oh yes, Mugen Kairo. I fucking love Mugen Kairo.
Which would be the final. I think it's a optional dungeon of Cold Steel 2.
I think it's Cold Steel 1.
No, it's. Oh wait, no, they're still in school in Cold.
Wait, no. No, you're right. It's Cold Steel 2.
Because it's like this is the last time we're gonna be together as Class 7. I guess I didn't understand that at all, but maybe I'll find out if I ever play Cold Steel 3. Anyway, yeah, they're like
this is eternal.
This is the last thing we'll do as Class 7. We gotta go to the mystical land and kill the mystical thing that I still don't understand. But that is the dungeon that.
That also made me have my Reem Kevin theory because why are we fighting Ur? Ur is Kevin's stigma. What's going on, Falcom? Sorry. Anyways, continue.
I didn't know that. Anyway, yes, that's also the dungeon that has Bring Up the Trust as their battle theme, and I'm like, I love this song so much. I love Bring Up the Trust.
So good. Yeah, no, there's a lot of the fucking Aria, which I think is in Cold Steel 2, is
Aria
amazing
is
too.
also a very good one.
There's too many good, chill, can just pass the time songs. Do not edit them all in, Maddie. Do
I'm
not.
not.
You're
No, I'm not
good.
going to. I'm just
Good.
looking. I'm just looking at my extended songs. 'Cause that's
I'm
usually
surprised you
things.
haven't mentioned the is it Zisteria where you go to the Wind Dungeon and that song plays and it's really good, or is that Berseria?
Oh, fuck! I forgot about all the good songs in Zesty, because Zesty had by far better music than Berseria.
It did. I think Zesty has some of the best music in all of the Tales of series. Like, when I hear those songs, and I say this and it sounds like an insult, those 4 songs don't sound like Tales of songs. That isn't an insult. It's just they are so different and unique and interesting.
Mhm.
Like, and yeah, the wind one is amazing. And so is the
Yeah.
water one, even if I got very lost in that dungeon.
Oh my god, I literally fuck. I'm remembering all these songs. I literally love each one of these besides Earth.
Like, Earth I'm okay with, but I kind of cheated apparently. So
oh yeah, you did. You told me that story. No, oh my god, Fire. I loved the Fire theme so much because it's god damn it. Oh no, and I have no way to listen to this privately without accidentally recording it.
yeah, that's the thing. So, well, how about we end it here so you can listen to, like, usually when one of those songs comes up for me on shuffle, I tell the other 3 to play next because it's like, no, I have to listen to them all. They all have to be played.
Like each one is so like
Yeah.
Wind is honestly I know when I loved Wind, but I don't remember it quite as clearly as Flaming Bonds Are Being Tested, which is like super rapid pace and has like kind of like the Mexican guitar going.
Yeah.
And it's so good. And then Mick Leo's Dungeon, which was, you know, it was just like a bunch of piano, and it was like I hated that dungeon so much.
That dungeon was the worst.
But
water dungeon's always the worst.
but the
water and ice, never, please.
The water dungeons always suck. But also the music was fantastic.
It's usually the best.
Oh god damn it. And these names though, can we talk about these names? Flaming Bonds Are Being Tested, Melody of Water is the Guide of Spiritual Mist, Fight Between the Wind and the Blinking Sky, and nobody cares about Earth. But it's competing with the Honor of the Land. It's just like, those are such good song names. Damn it.
They really are. What kills me about, like, okay, so Flaming Bonds Being Tested, 6-minute song. Melody of the Water is the Guide of the Spiritual Mist. 3 minutes. 28 seconds. Fight Between Wind and Blinking Sky. 6 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the other one?
People
the other one's 6 minutes too. Yeah.
People
it's like,
knew that they wouldn't like that the water temple was gonna suck, so they're just like, just make a shorter theme, we'll loop it, it'll be great. And it still somehow slaps.
It really does. All of those songs are like, yeah, probably some of the best dungeon themes. I think we've done an episode on that. Or if we haven't, we have it listed.
Oh god. What topic did you just say?
I think we did an episode on dungeon themes, or did we just do field themes?
I think we did we did battle themes.
Yeah, we did boss. Maybe we should do a dungeon theme one eventually. I know we have it listed for sure.
I will quick scan, but yeah, man, Zesty. And then like I guess I just typed in Wind Temple theme. It's like it's looked up all my favorite songs. Like the Zavid theme is also like super good. When Zavid showed up in fucking Berseria, because we already knew it was a prequel, Zavid shows up and like the cinematic was built so right when the beat dropped, like Velvet opened her eyes and got ready to fight. I was like, oh, that hits me right in my editing soul.
Yep.
Oh god.
No, and people say those games are bad.
People hate those. I don't freaking get it. I don't get. And also, so Ray and Mikleo are brothers, and not the other thing they say they are. Because fucking goddamn it, they literally grew up together. It is a taboo to do that. Anyway, but yeah, man, Zesty music is awesome.
Oh, yeah. Did that feel good just to kind of get a couple of those rapid fires out?
It did.
Well, I think
Rising Up is a good. God, this game was so good. I'm gonna start crying. Rising Up was also so fucking good. Oh my god.
Have you played the new one? I haven't.
No, I have the collector's edition right there.
Oh, well, you gotta play Forbidden West first. Sorry, Maddie, them's the law. Or you can go play that.
I don't know what I need to play anymore. I still need to finish Mass Effect.
Oh, how far are you?
I think almost done. I need to
Oh,
finish
that's
the
good.
Citadel DLC, and then I actually have to beat the game,
Right.
which is like should be fast because things are really picking up, and I've made like a lot of the critical choices already that I've heard about. So like,
Oh, good.
yeah.
I love that you were even told me. I think it was Berseria where it's like, do the purple things. Okay, I was
Oh
going
yeah,
to.
yeah. You gotta do that. There's a couple of things where it's just like you gotta do these things, otherwise they hard stop you,
Oh
and you gotta go
God.
back and do them. The only reason why I had them done is because I'm a freaking completionist.
Yeah, and I did them because I'm like, they're purple. That seems important.
Purple things.
Woohoo! But yeah, I think this is a great place to end it. I don't know how long we've been talking.
Yeah.
Oh no, no dying! Maddie, come back!
Oh, good. I'm okay.
She got too excited about the good music and then she died.
I really do love music.
It's awesome. It's so nice. Like
And I haven't
yeah.
I lost my playlists when Google Music like merged with YouTube. I guess I didn't act
Mm-hmm.
in time, so it didn't save any of my like stuff on my phone that I had like
No.
made into specific playlists. So like basically I haven't listened to like Tales of,
Mm-hmm.
Trails of, like I haven't listened to any of my JRPG music in forever just because one, it's hard, you can't like find like a lot of it is,
Yeah.
copywritten in like YouTube music or it just doesn't show up. So then you have to go to YouTube, which then like eats data. And then like
I think Falcom is one of the only companies that like actually works with other companies to be like, yeah, you can stream our stuff legally.
yeah, you just need to credit them.
Yeah,
Which is
but
why
even
we
like
use
it's
their
all on
theme in our
Spotify, it's
podcast.
all on music, it's all or Apple Music, it's all on Amazon Music. Like they just are like, yeah, here, take it. They don't fucking care.
Yeah. Fuck.
But
This means I lost my Zesty stuff. I don't know where my
oh,
Zesty soundtrack is.
oh,
Have to find that. Good damn songs. Zesty's good.
yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna say like all of these ones are from Zestiria and yeah, no, they're good times. But I think it's time we let your voice have a little rest and let you listen to all these songs on your own time because I know you're gonna be like, yep, now I need to hear them because you haven't been able to listen to them while we were talking.
I do need to listen to them very much.
But if you want to talk to us about music, you can do that in the comments, or on Discord, or on Twitter, or tell us what songs you think just make the time go by, or you put on while you're working and you just kind of chill out to. Or if there's any playlist that you like we don't have to limit it to one song. We just did for the sake of time. And yeah, is that everything? Did we do all the goods? I think we did all the goods.
We did all the goods. Good news. We have favorite area theme and favorite dungeon theme as separate topics.
Excellent. We really planned ahead on this one, but I think we should only do like one music thing a month tops.
Yeah, I know. But at least it was on the list.
Yes, I was pretty sure it was on the list. It was just like, I don't know if we've done it already or not. And maybe it's something we need to revisit. More games have come out, right? Just because we've talked about something before doesn't mean we can't talk about it again.
Songs that suck and OSTs that are otherwise good? Kathleen!
I think you know what song I was going to talk about.
I know exactly what song you're going to talk about.
The thing is, it's like, that game didn't come out yet, so...
Oh my god, alright. We must leave this discussion far behind.
Yeah, we
so
must.
We can recharge for the next one.
Yeah, do you want to talk about adaptations next week, or do you want to figure out a topic later?
We could do adaptations.
Sounds good. Okay, well then we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.